Hello, fabulous superstar Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2023. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boy, is this a very special time. This is a blue moon month, meaning that we have two full moons taking place. One full moon to begin the month, another to end the month. And as we begin this month, that full moon is taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with friendships and group alignments and group projects. It has to do with your understanding of your connection to larger collectives. And there's something very lofty about this part of the sky having to do with the hopes and wishes that you have for your life and really big opportunities that come after some successes. And so much of a full moon is about fulfillment. It's about things being illuminated, coming full circle. And it's also about completion as well. Yes, full moons can bring opportunities, but they tend to be opportunities that have been in the works, been in the making in some way. And so if it is that you've been engaged in a professional group endeavor, this is going to be one of those moments where you're figuring out your role and whether or not it's even worth continuing. If it is that this energy is playing out more in terms of the friends that you have in your life, well, they may take special focus now, as might social situations. And you add to this, of course, that more lofty visionary side of you coming forward. Now, here's the thing. This full moon will be speaking in a conversation of tension with Jupiter, but also connecting with Mars as well. So chances are there's going to be a very quick opportunity where there's lots of energy, lots of adrenaline. For some, it's going to feel as if buttons get pushed, and for you, it's friends or people that you're working with within groups that feel like they are pushing your buttons in some way that helps you to decide what direction you want to go. That square to Jupiter can be overconfidence. So if you're thinking you're going to go from one group involvement to another seamlessly, well, things could end up being a little bit different than you initially anticipate, but that really is okay. Overconfidence can work in your favor, but you want to be careful if it is other people being overconfident and over-promising certain things now, because sometimes those promises, with the best of intentions, they're made, but they just cannot be kept. And that might be possible under a sky like this at this time. And so where you're engaging this energy to be social, to spend time with others, chances are you'll learn a whole lot about yourself. It could be that you're looking to these other people to help facilitate financial opportunity in your life as well. Pace yourself and be yourself, as I like to say. It's possible that someone else thinks that what you're asking for is way too much, but that's not really your concern. Your concern is what it is that you feel you want to do, are called to do, and who it is that you feel is really with you on your side with this. Those are the people to keep close. On the 16th, we will have this month's new moon, and this new moon is in a part of the sky that has to do with what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. It has to do with what you think is going to bring you genuine fulfillment, genuine joy, including creative fulfillment as well. It's where it is that you're willing to take a chance, take a risk, take a gamble to improve your circumstances, and how it is that you might cultivate a spirit of good luck. This part of the sky also connects you to the children in your life, the ones you want or the ones that you have. New moons bring with them new opportunities, new insights, new beginnings. But here's the thing with this new moon, it is close in the sky to a retrograde Venus. Hearts are very much on your sleeve, as they say, which means that your heart is right there on the surface. You're very connected to what you are really wanting. But you add to this Uranus in an exact connection of tension. Whatever you think is going to happen is going to be, chances are, out of nowhere, it'll feel like something else. Again, this is new beginnings being promised here. And sometimes what feels like it changes very quickly can work out very much to your advantage. That is very possible with Venus so close by. But also with that square of Uranus, chances are it'll feel like it'll take a moment to get our bearings with that energy, as there is a surprise, if not a shock, a minute. And so this could be new opportunities related to creativity, whether it is sharing your creativity or beginning a new creative project. And those opportunities can feel like they come out of nowhere. You do want to pace yourself at this time, of course, but do what it is that's right for you to do. At that point, we are going to be just days away from Mercury going retrograde as well. And so there's a need to understand that if it is something brand new coming, a brand new opportunity, that's where you really do want to be mindful that things may end up being a little bit different than they seem to be on the surface now. If it's a matter having to do with a child in your life that pops up, you're able to find that heart level connection and understanding to move through it and be the best steward in this moment. If it is that you are hoping to cultivate a spirit of luck, well, I love that Venus is so close to this new moon because that does suggest that blessings are on offer. But blessings don't always look the way that we think on the surface. And sometimes it can take a little time to realize that what is happening or what did happen actually set the stage for massive blessings. That's the kind of energy we have here. May not necessarily be comfortable. I do want to be straightforward with you on that. And yet it is about getting you honest, aligning you with what it is that you really want and where it is that you've been settling for less. That's just not going to work. As you get honest with yourself, it is about trusting that very desire, knowing that whatever needs to change now, it really is okay because that path to heart and a life you love is opening up for you. Now, as we navigate to the end of the month, we get our second blue full moon. That is the blue moon, and it happens in the sign just before yours. One of the key distinctions of this full moon is that it is close in the sky to Saturn. The other key distinction here is that it too, like the full moon we had at the beginning of the month, is making this quick moving alignment with Mars, your ruling planet as well. And so chances are at this time, a lot will be stirring within you on levels of soul and psyche and spirit. It's also possible at this time that you are feeling as if there are some closures that are in the process of taking place, and that really is okay. Ultimately, this part of the sky is about awakening the faith, the knowing, grounding you in the knowing that you have so much more yet to do in this lifetime. Healthy closures are a part of you making the most of this incarnation that has a whole lot more time to come. And so you can, in some ways, find this an energy of gratitude. But I think many Aries, really the most immediate way this is probably going to play out is you'll likely just feel more tired. You're going to need a whole lot more rest in the days surrounding this full moon. And that can be actually the smartest way to address this energy. Because this part of the sky has to do with what's happening on those levels of soul, psyche, and spirit in the dream space, you can work a whole lot out, whatever you need, so that you can move forward. Now, where it comes to matters of love, I'm going back to that new moon in the middle of the month. That new moon on the 16th, hand in hand with a retrograde Venus. This Venus retrograde is in a heart part of your sky, in addition to the things I mentioned. It also speaks to romance and flirtation. You add to this the fact that we've got that Uranian connection to this new moon as well. It may very well be developments in love that feel very surprising, that feel like they come out of nowhere. There are going to be some Aries who feel rather irritated with what comes forward now. I'm sorry to say, but it does happen. But there's also the real potential here for you to embrace the possibility of greater love than you've known before. For those of you open to meeting someone new, I do think the days around this new moon, there might be a very shocking flirtation with another person. It may take you aback, take you very much by surprise. Now, once you figure out what you're feeling and how you want to respond, well, that becomes a different thing. And that's always up to you to decide in light of your unique circumstances. But there is this erratic factor to what is taking place, which does suggest that whatever is really going on, whether there's long-term potential, that really looks like it's kind of up in the air. It's much more about a moment. And in a moment, whatever's transpiring, it's up to you to decide what to do with it. For those of you just starting to date someone, what a remarkable time this can be. There is some truth coming forward in the days around that new moon in the middle of the month. Venus is retrograde, so you might remember I've been telling you breakups that happen with Venus retrograde here. You are one of the signs that needs to be especially mindful of this during this Venus retrograde season. It's you, the Leos, and the Aquarians that need to be mindful that breakups that happen tend to not stay broken up. What your heart wants in one moment, well, you may come to see it differently. That's the kind of energy we have here. There could be some sense of surprises showing up, unexpected feelings or behavior, and you don't quite know how to respond or what you're going to do with it. You still want to honor whatever it is that you're feeling and make the choices that are right for you. But whatever might be happening now is surprisingly out of nowhere it might feel. Chances are that once we navigate further into September, once that Venus goes direct, you'll realize that this moment that happens this month, well, it had a sense of reveal of it. There's honesty coming forward here. That honesty just might be what you really feel for this person and where it is that you might be telling yourself it's one way, but the evidence is showing you something else. For those of you in an established bond, what a remarkable time this can be. In established bonds, this type of Venus retrograde is about getting in touch with what you need to feel loved, getting honest with yourself about whether or not it's here, how long you've been feeling it. Now, if your relationship is strong, this energy can show up in other ways. It can show up in terms of doing fun things together, joyous things together. You and your partner might be very surprised how differently you see fun, quote unquote. But for all that, with this energy, there is a powerful understanding, insight, and appreciation into yourself, into a sense of what love is for you. And it may come about through a surprising set of circumstances, and the need to be honest with yourself about what love is for you now may feel very much like a shock, but it is an important reflection, an important moment of honesty as you get to really understand the value and the connection you share with your partner. That very small percent of Aries out there, if you have felt for a while that maybe you're not in the right relationship for you, that discontent might stir very strongly in the middle of the month. Though whatever is happening now, you may come to see it differently once we navigate further into September. What I love about this week for you, there's so much here. It's a valuable and meaningful astrological moment. I am going to say we've got such powerful energies this month, and it's all about that full moon energy we're starting the month with and we're ending the month with. At the start of the month, that full moon is going to be speaking with Mars, and Mars is your ruling planet. It is a quick moving surprise kind of energy, and yet it's an opportunity for you to connect with you, to awaken a sense of life and adrenaline and excitement, thanks to the people that you know. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership Rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. You get expanded, exclusive video scopes, access to exclusive live events, perhaps even consultations with me, Synchronicity University passes, and so much more. All of that in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.